Hello everybody, my name's Drew and welcome back to more Feed the Beast. If you're wondering why my skin looks really weird, that would be because I'm thinking, well actually I really don't know why my skin is not normalized. It should be normal, but it's not. I'm assuming that there's something either up with my internet in general, because it is quite often that my internet just takes a complete friggin' dirt nap. And I end up with what you've seen with the texture thing. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't really affect the game. I'm just annoyed by it. Did a lot of work. I'm really not being eloquent with my speech right now. What else is new? I did a lot of work in the last little while on things around the base. Mostly to do, pardon me, with our power situation. Let's pop downstairs. So if you guys remember, we were having a lot of trouble with our power. And you're going to notice immediately something different that's going on. And it is quite different. And that's intentional. That is intentional. I did some upgrades. Not nearly as many as I would have liked. See, we're still having a problem with this guy getting all fuckered up. Wait, why are you? There you go. So the problem is these high torque boilers, these high pressure boilers, use a lot of charcoal, double the amount of charcoal for the same operation. So you can see here our low pressure guys are keeping up with fuel really easily. High pressure, not so much. I had to supplement with some coal and other charcoal. These two don't get fuel at all, like basically at all. I don't quite know why that is. I just know that it is a thing that's happening, and I'm not 100% happy about that. I won't lie to you. It's really aggravating. Now, I've done some upgrades downstairs to talk about. But ultimately, I think what will have to happen here is we're going to have to go back to nothing but low-pressure boilers. But having a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Having 7 low-pressure boilers, I don't know what's going to do to our charcoal supply, but it could end up being enough to keep these readily supplied with charcoal. It's just an issue of power usage. And obviously I can make these guys more cost efficient, which actually, let's try and do that. You come here. So we know that it's got 4. So we're going to say it's at least of a hardened level. Let's go Dynamo and take a look at our Steam Dynamo right here. So it doesn't actually get any upgrades. There's obviously a security upgrade and whatever, but if we wanted to use you in an upgrade, output's 160 RF per tick. See, that would be, I don't know. Having more of these may do the trick, but I don't know. But I wonder if you can upgrade them, like putting in. So if I went to machine frames and I wanted to say use the reinforced version. So if I did that and got rid of you in there. Oh, we need a signalarium or whatever that is. Oh, no, come back. There you go, that guy. Oh, I don't have any of that. Oh, no. What would I make you? Obviously by smelting the dust, but what's the... So it's... Oh, Jesus. It is 3 copper, 1 silver, and 10 redstone. So copper... 3 copper. Oops. 3 copper, 1. Let's go. Ingots really quickly. 1 silver, which is right here. And then we wanted redstone. 10. So let's throw this together really quickly. And do that. Now the other option is to leave our steam power as it is. Go down to those low pressure boilers, which is fine, but we need more power. Ultimately, we require more power to be generated, and that's going to be really hard to do without a ton of steam generation. And I mean, so another option we can have is making another tree farm. A 3rd oak tree farm is a big possibility. I wouldn't mind. No, I would be a little weary of doing that because we only have 4,000 of the rubber. So, I mean, we should, if we're going to do that, we should let it run for a while and get at least complete 64 stacks of that. And then we could probably upgrade. But let's sig 4. I apologize for the door slamming. People apparently don't know what a recording session means. Okay, so we're going to throw that in there, and we're going to go, I want machine frame upgrade. So we're going to go reinforced, reinforced, give to me, get rid of that. And does this work? No, it does not. Okay, so that's kind of what I was afraid of. We're kind of stuck with the number of upgrade slots. But that's kind of to be expected. I wasn't really expecting any more than that, so. So we're kind of stuck on that. I mean, I could lower... Anything I'm going to do is going to tax the amount of steam that we're running. Now, the other big upgrade here is this is super laminar fluid ducts. And super laminar, what I found out was that these have unlimited transfer rate, provided they are pressurized. So we've got these guys, these resonant servos, which I went ahead and made up. And they are providing our pressure because they're pulling all the steam out as fast as they pretty much can. And from there, we're going in here. And if I were to turn our machinery on here, I'm actually going to lower this back down to 8K. 8,000. So that it's not super draining everything. But it's not enough. It is not nearly enough output power to keep our network saturated. So if I went upstairs, right here, and I turn this guy into the on position, we're going to mine a whole bunch of stuff. You can see immediately like there's a drain on our network of about 34, but it's going to zero itself out. This will still tell us that it's really not doing much of anything. It'll flip around. It'll eventually start losing, obviously, as this gets drained. But you'll notice that the steam in these is not really changing now because the steam has got limitless transfer to these points, and then it's able to use that limitless transfer to transfer more steam out, meaning that we're really not losing out on our power, right? These are generating at 320 RF per tick, and we will stay at a normal position. The only question is going to be the generation of steam, which you can see drops rapidly. Like these don't produce a ton of steam to keep up with the demand overall. I mean, that's going to stay about neutral. They should stay enough that we shouldn't lose too much steam, right? But that's kind of beside the point. Like if we look now, this is now losing at 639 RF per tick. So take that how you will. It's not perfect, but it does work. I'm gonna turn this guy back off. So that is still an issue. It's not producing enough power, and we're at a limit for how many of those devices we can stick on it. Any more compression dynamos or not compression, steam dynamos will completely overpower the system, and it's useless to us. Let's go down here really quickly, and I'll show you how I'm trying to combat that. One of the big issues we were having was not enough fertilizer being produced. Hey, you don't belong here. So I decided I was going to make a pig farm too. So these pigs plus these cows equals a ton of sewage. We are running at a surplus right now. I'm wondering if I can actually get a third composter on here, right? We're running at a surplus, but it's not a great surplus. And I'm okay with running at a surplus rather than just at neutral if it means we'll actually continuously supply these guys with fertilizer, which should mean that at any given time there is fertilizer going into these, right? It's a lot faster than it would be otherwise, right there. So it's not too bad of a downtime, and it is producing a lot of the oak wood. It's just, for some reason, it's just not enough to counteract the amount that's being consumed by the boilers. Other options would be to use a liquid fuel source. I have considered that, and I'm not sure how I feel about using a liquid fuel source to power them. It would, yeah, that's on round robin. See, round robin means it should put these. Oh, there we go, round robin. So, because I want these evenly distributed between all of our different, what do you call them, ovens. The reason you want them evenly distributed, which means there's no backlog, right? We know it can perform 3 at a time, but if we can have 8 doing 3 at a time as opposed to 2 doing 3 charcoal at a time, it'll be that much better. It'll be that, see, that's already much better. They're all on, as they should always be. I am deeply considering making another oak tree farm to try and speed this up and seeing if we can't get 3 farms running continuously at all times in order to maximize our wood profit. Like you can see there, that's empty. That's empty. And the steam in here, the residual heat will keep this going for quite some time, but it's just not as efficient on the heat as it would be normally, which is really unfortunate. But anyway, I digress. That's enough about power. I have a solution that we're going to have to make. I'm okay with it. It will get done. I'm just preparing to move this over to there in a short amount of time. But that's not what today's going to be focused on. I'm kind of teched out for a little while here. There's a bunch of stuff I'd like to do with tech, but let's take a step back and talk about magic. There's a number of different magic mods in the Direwolf 20 pack, which I've discussed before at great length. My current little experiment being Botania, which we really haven't done a whole lot with, but their armor's pretty badass, and so are the rings. The other mod that I want to talk about that is one of my all-time favorites is Thaumcraft. Thaumcraft is a fantastic mod. You guys have seen me play with it a lot in Agrarian Skies, in last season of Feed the Beast. We're going to get into it in this season right now, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I really, really enjoy Thaumcraft. I hope you guys do too, but we're going to need to get started somewhere. And getting started is kind of a hard thing to do, and to start, we are going to need one very important item, and that is a bookshelf. We're going to need more bookshelves later, but we will need a bookshelf, and we're also going to need to make some wand caps. And there's 2 ways to do this. You can use copper, which I will demonstrate here. Oops. Oh, no, we can't do that. Why can't we use copper? Oh, I probably need to use... Wait, do I have a Thaumonomicon? Oh, I do have a Thaumonomicon. Okay, let's open the Thaumonomicon. So the reason I was saying we need a wand is because we need to make a Thaumonomicon. Thaumonomicon is made by right-clicking a bookshelf with a wand, iron-capped wand, pretty standard to make. You take iron nuggets and you do that. So we have to make an iron wand cap. That's the most basic wand cap. And to do that, you take nuggets, and I'm going to have to pause the recording in a second here. Okay, so I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to pause the recording for half a second, but you see where I'm getting at. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and that's a little quieter. I work with what I have. So now that we've got the 2 iron caps, as you saw in our Thaumonomicon, we don't need to make the Thaumonomicon, but we do need to make a wand. And there's a whole bunch of researches that are going on, but let's focus on wand crafting just to start with. All right, so basic wand craft, we are going to need to take the 2 iron caps that we just made, which, remember, iron nuggets, put them against a stick of any kind, and we get ourselves a basic wand. So let's go over to... Ooh, no, I want that. Get it there. So let's go on over here. We're going to throw down the iron wand caps. We're going to grab ourselves a stick. Thank you. And we're going to come over here. Let's dump some of this stuff out of our inventory that we don't need. Like that. We will need this bookshelf. We'll need some other bookshelves too, but we won't need that. And we'll throw this. This can be on any crafting station. You don't need to use a Thaumcraft crafting station, just for the record. And ta-da, we now have a wand. But this wand is not going to do anything for us. It's basically useless. It needs to be charged first. And there's slight problem with that, at least as far as I remember us doing, but that's okay. So you'll notice that these are grayed out, like they're flashing. These are grayed out. We can't unlock these because they're all in gibberish until we've researched these items, and we can't do these items until we get their research and unlock the research. And there's a whole chain of events that need to go into that. Like we are going to need this thing, basic alchemy, etc., etc. One of the first, I think I took a screenshot there. One of the first items we're going to need to make is this bad boy right here, the Thaumometer. The Thaumometer is the core to advancement in Thaumcraft, at least early advancement. And I'm going to show you why. I should have a whole bunch of shards somewhere. I got to find them first. Shard. Right, so I've got a whole bunch of shards here, and these are just dug up in the earth. I think you've seen the various different ores of them around. So we're going to need that. What else do we need there? Shards. We need 2 shards, 2 glass, and glass. Okay. We'll grab some gold. And I'll get rid of those. And a piece of glass. And then just come on over to a regular old crafting bench. Doesn't need to be the Thaumcraft one. Which I think at one point like you needed to use the Thaumcraft one. I want to say that was a thing. And bam, we've got ourselves a thermometer. And now here's what becomes your life. Scanning things. So you can see down there in the corner, the little right corner, like down here, it'll say, to understand this, you need to study plants. That's way better than it used to be. Because it used to say to you, nothing. No information can be gleaned for this, or you lack knowledge. So there we go. I scanned the furnace, and we got ourselves our first 3 research into the aspects of magic. Ignis, fire, Perdido, which is the little cracked thing there, and Terra. Those are basic elements of magic. See the machinist workbench? Doesn't happen. Like it's like, oh, you need to study crystals, chests. Nothing happens. So let's go outside really quickly. This basically becomes your life, by the way. So I'm going to scan cobblestone. Nothing can be learned from this. But if I were to study regular stone, it'll give me 2 Terra. If I want to look at dirt, grass block. Nope, doesn't have anything. Sources of life. What about regular dirt? 2 Terra. Okay, cool. How about a spider? Can I scan the spider yet? Nope, can't scan the spider yet. How about wood? Plywood. Nope. Need to study plants. So let's drop down to the valley floor here really quick. And take a look. There's all sorts of plants and stuff around here. Let's look at regular cobblestone. There we go. 1 Perdido, 1 Terra. Nope. Nope. Sources of life. Sources of life. So let's find an animal. And this will go on forever, by the way. No good for the pig. Oh, I don't know what that was, but I just scanned something and gave me 2 Terra. So water just gave me, of course, aqua. Not a thing. Oh, it was gravel that I scanned. Okay, so you gotta sort of think a little logically about stuff. Like, you can't just scan everything. I mean, you do have to try and scan everything. Scan everything. Some things don't always give you stuff. Like, it's like things that move. So you'll learn over time that there's different aspects are unlocked different ways. There's compound aspects, which are made from the base aspects, right? So there's the base aspects of magic, which would be like, think of your classical elements: earth, fire, water, air, light, and dark, or spirit and darkness, if you want to go that way. And that's what the basic elements of magic. Everything is made out of those in some sort of combination. Some are even further compounded by the fact that they are super compounds. They're made out of 2 other compound elements, right? You can see where I'm going with this. It gets very, very complex in a very short amount of time. So having the Thaumonomicon, so we got something new out of the coal ore here. We got Potentia. I discovered a clue to new research. How about sandstone? Sandstone's going to give us that again. How about marble? Nothing can be learned. Let's drop down a little further here. We'll see there's oak planks. Don't understand it. I got to study plants. How about the fence? It's going to be the same thing. Tracks is a no. And you'll learn pretty quickly what you can and can't scan, because it doesn't take long for you to get a research point. Nothing from there. And that we've already scanned those, right? And you can see every time you can only scan things once, which can get a little frustrating when you're like, oh, I need such an aspect in order to advance. That can be really, really, really difficult and really annoying to try and deal with. So we don't have air yet. Where can we find air? I know. Let's find ourselves a chicken. Oh, let me try cactus. Nope, nothing for the cactus. So let's try and find a chicken really quickly and scan that guy. And you can see what I'm getting at, though. This will become your life when you start using Thaumcraft. But it's very, very important that you do this, because aspects are used for everything. Literally everything in Thaumcraft. Scan that chicken. Oh, no. So that doesn't work either. Damn. Is there eggs floating around here somewhere? Oh, there's an egg. So let's drop the egg on the ground and we'll... That scan. No. Sources of life. Sheep, maybe? Nope. Things that move, same thing. So we're going to have to unlock some other research. So let's go back for a half second here. Well, one of the other things you can do is look for aura nodes. Aura nodes are the other big thing, and I don't see any right here, which is kind of aggravating, but we can easily find one. Let's go out into the desert, because there's usually aura nodes hanging out somewhere doing something. So why don't we go this way real quick? Nothing. And without the goggle of the, or the, not the goggles for feeling, without the thermometer up, you could be looking at an aura node and you'd never really know it. There are some subtle things. You will see a subtle kind of glow happening, but beyond that, you really won't. And I don't really see anything, but I bet I know where there's one. There was a thing, a pylon of some kind over this way. So let's check that out really quickly. Oh, speak of the devil. There we go. Aura node. So there we go. Normal and bright. And you just saw that we got 10 aspects for 2 of those, or 10, 19, 19. So this is a pretty good aura node. There's 10 Ignis, 10 Ordo, that's the white one, and 10 Perdido, that's the other one. These are, again, base elements of magic. So, nah, it's a no-go. How about the oil? Nah. Hive? Nah, nothing. What's going over here? How about wood? Can we scan wood yet? Nope. Nope. Negative. How about, a torch. Ah, there we go. We got Lux. Lux is good. Lux is light. Obviously, torches give off light. How regular glass? Can we scan that yet? Yep, there we go. That's crystal. So that's also important. Things like diamond will give you stuff like that. So when I say scan everything, I literally mean scan everything. Scan it. You're wasting your time if you're not going to scan something. Oh, a little bit of lag there. So this is what I was talking about. There are these guys. These guys are all Thaumcraft people. Crimson Cleric, Crimson Knight. Not quite sure what it is that they do. I'm trying to... Yeah, I can't scan that. Okay. So let's go back towards our house, because there's another aura node, or there should be another aura node over by our place. And where are you? You are a Coven Witch. Can I scan you? Nope. So yeah, scan everything. Do your best. Oh. There's another aura node. Yeah. That's what it's saying. To understand this, you need to study sources of light. So obviously there's something in this aura node that it's not liking. And for whatever reason, you used to be able to scan just aura nodes, and they would give you those more complex nodes. Or not nodes, aspects. That's what we're looking for. And it would give it to you, but they've altered it. There's some elements of Thaumcraft that have kind of gone the way of Greg Tech, where it's like almost unnecessarily complex, where it's like, I get what you're trying to do. There we go. 2 Lux for the other one. But I'm not appreciative of the fact, because it's kind of making things a little unnecessarily difficult on the player. I mean, I like a good challenge, but getting to late game, because it used to be, there was one thing that he did change, the mod author did change, that was really bad, would be you could scan items at any time, and it wouldn't tell you that you were missing an aspect off of it. You would, like, say you scanned marble here, and it was like, it's got whatever, or quartz stone, and it gave us Lux and Terra, like we saw. Can't scan that. How about lava? Yeah, there you go. You would be able to scan it, and then it would just give you, say, you didn't know what Lux was, it would just give you Terra. You can't rescan it to get the new aspect. Yeah, that's kind of dirty. So you would go through the game, you're like, oh, well, there's nothing else I can do now. There's literally nothing else. Okay, so I can't scan obsidian yet. Okay. But you get where I'm going with this. We're going to head back to the base really quickly, and we're going to do a couple other things, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, we've returned to base, and we're going to do a couple other things. And one of the things I forgot to mention with your wand is to charge it, you got to find those ore nodes we were talking about. I don't remember if I actually mentioned that. But once you do, you just kind of hold right-click and point your wand at the ore node, and then it'll fill up its aspects. You can see on our wand right now we've got Perdido and Ordo, but none of the others, and that's because I lost those other ore nodes. So when you're doing this, make a note on your maps where the ore nodes are. Super useful. Now, one of the other... don't really need to go in there, do I? Well, I kind of do. Sand. Those eggs. So, let's open our Thaumanomicon up here and go back to basic information. So, when you look at research, this is how you unlock stuff. So, you scan blocks, scan items, creatures. Research table is the other thing we need. And so, after the Thauminator, there is this guy. We need to make scribing tools, which is either ink sac, whatever you want, a feather, and a glass file, which is that. So we'll go up some glass. Super fast. Glass. 1, 2, 3. And we want clay. And having a few of these does not hurt anything. But we're going to put that guy there, and then we're going to say I need a feather, which we only have 14 of, so keep that in mind. Feather, and we want an ink sac, which we do have a bit of. Ink sac. Scribing tools. Super, super important. We're going to need 2 of these. I'm going to show you why in a moment. Because we also need to make something called the research table. And the research table is kind of your primary workflow for research, for advancement when you're not scanning things. Now to make it, how do I make the research table? I can't remember. The Crimson Cult. Forbidden Knowledge. Dermatology or Artifice. Oh, there we go. Table. So to make a table, you need to take 3 and those 2 right there. So we'll go over here and go slabs. Oh, we don't have any. So we'll go oak. We don't have a ton of, but that's okay. So we'll go over here and we'll say, hey, I need to create 6U, which will make a stack. And then we easily make ourselves a couple of tables. We'll make 3 of them just in case. Well, we'll put that one there. So we have our 2 tables. The other thing we need to make, obviously, is a crafting bench. Like so. Put our lily seed in there. And the bookshelf we can hold on to for a moment. So put your crafting bench down, first of all. Right-click it. Oh, no, that's not how you do it. Really? Ah, there we go. So that's what I need to do. Not the crafting bench. I screwed that up. Put a table down and right-click it with your wand. And you end up getting a arcane work table. Works the same way as a regular work table does in any version of Minecraft. There it is. It works exactly the same way. It just accepts a wand and you're able to do stuff with it to make items for Thaumcraft. The other thing we're going to want to make, and this is not going to be permanent home, we're going to make a home for these guys. Grab 2 of those, you grab a scribe's tool, and you right click it, and then you end up with a research table. And you can see on the right or the left side here, I don't know my directions, there is your aspects. And you can combine them together to form research. And you'll notice I just did that and we got ourselves Tempestus. And this is the storm aspect. There are guides online to show you the different combinations to get aspects. There's no shame in doing that because there's a lot. But do try and experiment. So I want Potentia and Ignis together. That doesn't get me anything. But if I put 2 Terra together, or no, gone. We'll get nothing out of that. Oh, I guess that recipe's changed. How about fire and water? Nothing. How about air and fire? Nope. How about order and Terra? So you can see, because I'm not doing order and Terra. Nope. And sometimes that might just be kind of a nothingness thing. Like it's not, you need to have a step in between or whatever. But you can see there's quite a lot of these. There's a little light hanging out with the Terra. That means over time, the research table will just kind of randomly grant you a piece of Terra. And you can boost this. This is why I have the bookshelf here. Because if you stuff a bookshelf on the side, over time as you unlock more aspects, it will start to replace missing aspects just that are like low. So like if we had no Perdido, it would randomly give us a point of Perdido, which is pretty freaking awesome if I say so myself. Let's toss one of these down and try and scan it and see what happens. Book equals nothing yet. So we still need to study some stuff. Now the scribing tools, like I said, that's the other part that will let us make researches, which you can see if we were to say I wanted to make these. It says you need scribing tools and paper to make research note. So let's quickly grab a piece of paper, and that'll be the last thing we do today, just to show this. Paper. So now I've got paper, scribing tools. Open this up. Hey, now we have research, and you'll see that there's a little thing there. You put this guy on your table, and you'll see you need to connect certain elements up, but we don't know what these aspects are yet. So they're question marks. So we can't actually complete this research. But you get the idea of how it works. It's kind of a puzzle piece thing, and you connect the aspects up. And we'll get into this in a later episode. But that's the basis of Thaumcraft research. Not everything requires that. Stuff that are octagonal or hexagonal, like this guy, don't actually require research to be done. They just require prior knowledge. And then there's the two little aspects that are obviously you need to know what those are. If you have those in research points, like from the table, you click on it and you get it. Sort of the way Agrarian Skies works. But there's a lot of different aspects of research. Like there's thaumic tinkering. There's a whole different realm of understanding here. And we'll slowly work our way through it over time. But that's basically the intro to Thaumcraft in a nutshell. Can we scan that yet? Nope. Run around, scan things, have a great time doing it. Experiment with stuff. Try and make some of those basic items. Scanning items that you make from Thaumcraft or any mod will usually grant you research points, especially from Thaumcraft, but other mods as well, right? Those machines are made of complex different things. They'll give you aspects. But at any rate, guys, that's the end of today's episode. I'm excited to be starting Thaumcraft, getting away from the tech stuff for a little while. I hope you guys are still enjoying the series. I mean, I'm assuming you guys are. It is Feed the Beast, and everybody loves Feed the Beast. As always, never be afraid to ask any comments or anything. If you're getting stuck on something, I'm here to try and answer those questions whenever I can. I love answering questions. Of course, like I said, if you liked it, you know what to do. Leave the like. You can always find other work I've done in the description box below. And of course, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.